Hey guys. Well, Microsoft, you just couldn't help yourself. You did it again. Now, in case you guys are wondering what I mean, and I'm sure a lot of you probably already know this, last week, Microsoft decided in the middle of the week to do Patch Tuesday, which they do every month. Okay, fine. That's okay. I can understand that. Well, today, or last night, they started the process for another update. And they started this process towards the late evening. Now, I turn my computer off like I do every night so I can let it relax and slow down any updates that I feel are unnecessary. Well, today, I turn on my computer, and during my Topics on My Mind live stream, which I did audio only, the load light is coming on again, and it's not as bad as the night before, but then all of a sudden, right in the middle of my podcast, my live stream, it didn't interrupt it, but it brings up the big blue sign saying, "New features are ready to be installed," or Windows has a new update ready with new features ready to be installed. So I click on the middle button saying, "Remind me later." And then I go over to the Windows icon, which is basically where you click on it, you get your power button that allows you to either go to sleep, restart, or shut down. Well, in this case, instead of it saying update and shut down and update and restart, it just said update and restart. Okay. So after I do my podcast, I decide to update and restart. And it turns out that this was a big update. So I look online through my phone, and I find out that it is an update. I'm thinking, well, what is it? Is it another patch? Is it fixed files? That's what I was looking at. And it started to go through a process of an update that normally means something's being put into play. And what's being put into play, after it was all said and done, and it went through another update situation where I had to update and shut down the computer this time, the end result, after the first step of the update was complete, and then also with the second and final update being complete, what ended up being installed wasn't a patch. It was the October 2018 update. The one they talked about. The big one. Or a semi-big one. And I did look up on my phone and did see some articles stating something like that. Now, it's already bad enough we're getting an April update, possibly in April. But the way time-wise this is going, we're not going to be getting this update until at least, for April that is, until at least about September or October. Because if this is the October 2018 update that just happened, October, November, December, January, February, 5 months. So you're looking at April, May, June, July, August. You're looking at August at the latest for the April update, unless they actually do it in April. But this is stupid. I mean, look, I'm not saying it's totally stupid. I understand why they have to do this. They have to update the computers, give you the latest feature, make sure there's no bugs or anything. They're trying to make sure things run proper for you, as well as they want to make sure you have the latest McAfee antivirus software. But Microsoft, if you're going to do an update, and you're going to do an update named after a month that you probably intend to do it, maybe you should update it in that month's time frame. Don't wait 5 months to do it. And mostly Microsoft, again, even though I don't like majority of people, I don't like the fact that when you do these big updates, you kind of get stuck at times at a certain percentage because that portion of the update is big. And I'll admit, this was a lot quicker. This was a quicker, bigger update, which they did say they were working on, and they were working to improve on, give us the quicker updates so we wouldn't be off, so we wouldn't have to worry about waiting so long on the computer. Although this update took about almost 2 hours. 2 to 3 hours at most. Why do I say that? Because I was able to put together that thing in the background that I showed you in the other video in plenty of time. Well, actually, I turned off my computer after the first major update. But yeah. It allowed me to upload this, create this thing in plenty of time. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, we shouldn't have to be going through this. What Microsoft needs to do, and it's not just Microsoft, but anybody that has updates that they do, major updates, if you will, named after months or quarters or whatever, is they need to let us know when it's going to happen. They need to give us a notification at the bottom of our screen like they like to do, saying, oh, there's a problem with your account, or here's a summary of the virus protection that happened, nothing was found kind of deal. They need to do that with the updates. They need to say, on this date, at this time, we're going to start getting ready to apply the update for you to download. Or we're going to get ready to install an update that's going to require you to update to either shut down or restart your computer. They need to give us that kind of a notification so that way we know that if we see the load light on our laptops or our computers flashing tremendously or noticeably, that it's going to be time to do an update. Now look, I do appreciate the fact that, in this case, when they have a major update, that they do at least tell you right off the bat, even though it interrupts your progress of what you're doing, they do have the courtesy to say, yeah, this update's ready to go. Do you want to do it now or wait for later? Or you want to pick a date? I appreciate that. I really do. But it shouldn't have to take doing an update and restart, and then doing an update and shutdown to complete an update. It should take one update and shutdown and update and restart, or update and restart, to have the update done and complete. That's what it should take. That's what it should take. It shouldn't take two to three times, because that's ridiculous. It's truly ridiculous. Hopefully, Microsoft, you learn from your lessons that you don't have to keep doing that. Okay? You don't have to keep doing that. You don't have to go this route every time with an update. You have ways of letting and basically interrupting people. You have to have better ways of doing it. So my suggestion to anybody that works in this kind of field, if you're going to bring updates out, or you're ordered, or basically, well, not ordered, but you have a deadline to where you have to have certain updates up and going for your software, perhaps maybe you should put out notifications as to when and where the update's going to happen, so people will be ready for it. That's all I'm saying. That way, if they turn on the computer, one of the first things they could see is saying update ready. Then after they let the computer load up and finish its loading, they could turn it back off and let it update during its shutdown. It'd be better if you gave us notifications, not just, oh, here's an update, you want to do it now, which again, I appreciate. Right? But I think could be fixed and, could be better improved on. So, but that's all I want to say on it, guys. Let me know what you all think down below. Comment if you like. And let me know if you guys dealt with the update today. And I'll talk to you all later.